Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Recovery Lab TV. My name is Chris. I'm your coach and sports therapist, and today we are going to be covering our recovery session. So every Wednesday we run a recovery session, and each day we do something different. So we've got Mondays is upper body strength, Tuesday is lower body strength, today is, as I said, our recovery day, and Thursday, Friday are prehab corrective exercise days for the upper body and lower body. So good morning, everybody. Welcome. So first things first, if it's your first time, hit the subscribe button and say hello to everybody in the comment section, okay? Morning, Brian. Morning, everybody else. Hope you're all having an amazing day so far. Weather's a little bit different today. It's a little bit rainy. However, spirits are high. Motivation is high. Good morning to you all, okay? So the things you're going to need today is 1, potentially a drink, 2, potentially a towel. You don't necessarily need it. It's not going to be hot and sweaty. You're going to need a yoga mat, okay? You're going to potentially need a yoga block or blocks and a yoga strap. Now, if you don't have a yoga block or strap, not to worry. It's not the be-all and end-all, okay? You can use alternatives. So for that yoga block, it's just kind of something to hold on to potentially not go as far or as deep, okay, in some of the stretches. So you could use like a foam roller alternative just to hold on to and just put pressure down like that. You could use kind of like a boxer if you have, or a little stool or something like that. And it's just so that like you go to your depth without compromising or injuring yourself. Okay. That also being said, for some of the stretches, you may want to increase the stretch. So you'd add on the yoga block onto the end of your foot and you'd hold on to that and go a little bit deeper, for example. Okay. These straps now are basically just to assist you in going kind of again at a deeper range and kind of pulling on your foot, for example, and helping yourself get into that range without compromising any of your kind of your posture or anything like that. So if you don't have a yoga strap, good alternatives are a towel, okay, that you can hook onto your foot and pull in. Okay, you can use resistance bands, although be careful with resistance bands, okay, because obviously the elastic property. But other than that, kind of belts, dog leads. But my go-to is a towel or itself, a strap itself, right? So that all being said, got you all with the boring stuff already. So we're going to wind it back. You're going to come back just like so. We're going to get going. Hope you're all okay this morning. Let me know how you're doing in that comment section. It's always nice to hear how you guys are, how your week's going, and if you're okay. So what you're going to do to begin with, we're slowly building you up there. You're going to sit up as tall as you can like this. Your feet are literally as flat as a pancake, just like so. You're trying to keep your hips to your heels, okay? And you're trying to bring your spine up nice and straight, just like so. You're going to open up your chest, draw your shoulders back and down, close your eyes nice and gently, and take a big, deep breath in, okay? Now, if you struggle getting in this position, what you're going to do, you're going to hold on to a piece of furniture or something like this, right? And you're going to slowly go down into it, take it to that point, okay? And then come back up. You're going to do this ever so slightly as we do the breathing, okay? So, big deep breaths, holding that position, getting a stretch into your quads, your shins, and your ankles. So big deep breaths. Oh, really open up that chest. Take it in, take it out. Close your eyes if you want. If you can, see if you can breathe in for 3 seconds, out for 3 seconds, or even stretch it to 4 if you can, depending on. Good. From there, taking your legs a little wider, keeping your ankles together. It's going to enhance the stretch. You may want to take the pressure off with your hands if you want. Okay. If you can, try and sit up tall and embrace it. Good. From there, walking out deep as you can with the hands. Stretching them out, keeping those hips as still as you can. Big deep breath. So from there, taking your right arm, placing it over your left, stretching out as much as you possibly can, lengthening the side of your body. That's it. Big deep breaths, as relaxed as you can. Taking it easy. That's it. Going back in the middle. Breathing it out, walking your hands away. Good. Bringing the left hand over your right this time. Again, stretching out as much as you can. Nice and relaxed. Big deep breaths. Good. Again, back in the middle. This time, sliding your right hand underneath, dropping the shoulder down as much as you can, adding that rotation. Taking your time. So, big deep breath in. And as you breathe that out, gently rotate onto the opposite side. Again, dropping the shoulder, dropping the elbow and that wrist, making it all in line as you rotate that upper body. Good. From there, take a big deep breath in. This time, as you breathe out, you're going to come back into the middle. Again, stretching your arms out as much as you can, walking away as much as possible. Good. Drawing the hips up and over, round in the back, coming down to the floor, and then pressing it away. Big deep breaths. Amazing job. Well done. That's it. From there, feet down, hips up. Trying to draw your heels down towards the floor, separating your toes as much as you can. Knees back as much as possible. Big deep breaths. Now, if you have sore wrists on this one, okay, and your wrists are really bad, don't be afraid to drop it down to your elbows and draw down. Okay, so depending on your wrist capability, drop it down. Okay, from there, you're going to step up, step forward. Again, either on your hands or your elbows, you're going to rotate around as much as you can. And if you can, keep that back leg off the floor, or the back knee off the floor. If not, just gently bring it down to the floor. Okay, coming back around. From there, dropping the back knee, dropping that outside arm. Again, coming around as much as you possibly can. That's it. Bending the arm, placing it on the back of the head. It's going to go elbow to the floor, all the way back around, okay? So it's elbow to the floor, all the way back around. Nice and gentle. Taking your time, not necessarily rushing it. It's more about that kind of flow of movement, developing the mobility within the upper back and the flexibility within the muscles themselves. Big deep breaths. So 2 more. Good. Last one. Pause it at the top. Gently extending the arm. Coming back around, extending back up. From there, lifting up the back knee. You're going to extend back. You're going to lift it up as tall as you can. Drawing the chest down, stretching that leg out as tall as possible. Trying to bring that heel down to the floor. And then this time, as you slide that leg forward, you're going to draw it forward. Keeping your hip as straight as possible. What you're going to try and do, you're going to bring your arms forward and your chest down as you stretch out. Big deep breath. Perfect. Big deep breaths, nice and gentle. Slowly coming up. Try and push away from the floor, okay? Try not to kind of bring your shoulders up. Try and push them down. Bring your head up as tall as you possibly can. Big deep breaths. Breathing in. As you come out, come back down. Big deep breaths from there. If your left leg is forward, your right hand is going to come up. You're going to come underneath your left. You're going to drop your shoulder down as much as you can. You're going to stretch your left hand out as best as you possibly can. Take some big deep breaths as you're doing so. Nice and relaxed. One more big deep breath. Good. Gently coming up. Walking it up nice and tall. From there, planting your back foot down. Lifting up ever so slightly. Drawing up. Again, stretching out as much as you possibly can. Big deep breaths. Coming back down into a presser position. Coming down, pausing it halfway. So 3, 2, gently laying down. Big press up. Breathe it away. So keeping your knees on the floor, take it wide. Coming down as deep as you can with your hips. Stretching out. And then as you come up, drive your feet up as much as you can. Keep that back leg off the floor. Wrists either side. Or if you have problems with your wrists, drop down to your elbows. You're going to come around. Big deep breath. Holding it there for a second. Good. Gently coming back around. From there, drop that back knee. Bring that elbow down on the outside. Coming around again. Stretching out as much as you possibly can. Bending the hand. From there, coming around. Tapping the elbow down as much as you can. Getting as close to that floor as you can. And then really open up the chest, okay? As much as it's the elbow that's driving it away, you want to really draw back the chest. So you're getting that straight line from one above the other. Good. That's it. Big draw around. That's it. Big deep breath. Coming around. That's it. Perfect. Good. 2 more. Last one. Good. Coming back around. Stretching out. Okay, from there, lifting up as best as you can, drawing back and as high up as you can, trying to bring that heel to the floor, trying to draw that chest down as much as possible. Big deep breaths. From there, slide it forward. Again, setting up the hips so they're nice and straight. And by straight, I mean nice and straight as opposed to dropped or rotated. Okay, you're going to come down as deep as you possibly can. Bringing your chest down, stretching those glutes out. Stretching those back muscles. And breathing it out nice and steady. Say big deep breaths. Nice and relaxed. From there, walking up nice and tall. Making yourself as tall as you possibly can. Trying to relax and draw those shoulders down, squeezing that back as best as you can. Good. From there, walking it back out again. Taking a moment, big deep breaths in. And then as you breathe it out, what I want you to do is slide that left hand over towards the right leg, dropping the shoulder down as best as you can, stretching out those glutes. Sit nice and steady. Big deep breath. Sit as relaxed as you can. Try and breathe it away. Gently coming back to the middle. Walking it back up. Again, tall as you can. Relax, drop those shoulders. Up and back, big deep breaths. Doing amazing, guys. Honestly, keep it up. Yeah, planting those hands down. Lifting up the back knee. Drawing it back up as tall as you can. Good. Gently coming back down into a press-up position. Making sure your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. You're coming down halfway. Pausing. 3, 2, coming down. Big push up. Good. From there, coming into a box shape, okay? You're gonna curve your back as best as you can. So you're gonna really push away from the floor, up as much as you can. Really kind of stretching that out. And then from there, curving that lower back. Really stretching. That's it. And then push it away. Really pushing away as much as you can. Try and really separate
the shoulder blades from each other. Feel that stretch in between your back into your armpits, and then coming back down again.
Squeeze in, nice soft elbows. Trying to get as much curve in that spine as you can. One more, coming up.
Big deep breath. Good. Coming back down again.
Good. From there, what you're going to do, you're going to rotate around as best as you can, stretch, and come back. Opposite side, as tall as you can, stretch, and come back. Good. Again, all the way around, really stretching, really reaching. Good. Big rotations. That's it. Coming around. That's it. Two more. Last one. Good, okay. So from there, what you're going to do, you're going to grab yourself a little cushion. Okay, I'm going to use one of my AirX cushions. Okay, you can grab yourself either a squishy pad or a kind of a cushion, just a cushion off your sofa. It's just to protect your knee, and I'll explain now. Okay, so you're going to use an object like a piece of furniture, a sofa, just to raise that leg on. Okay, now from there, you're going to come up nice and tall. Some of you are already going to feel a stretch in your quads by here, but what you're going to aim towards, right, is pushing that bum underneath, and it's going to intensify that stretch already. But what it's going to do is then really stretch your hip flexors on top. Okay, you'll feel it in your quads, but it's actually stretching your hip flexors, so you're drawing under. Now, when you start, for those who've done it before, you're going to start with your foot kind of on a diagonal like that. So when you then lean forward, your knee is directly above your ankle, like so. Now your hands, you want to put them palm down, okay? The base of your spine, okay? So you're not putting any pressure on the spine itself. It's all going onto the hip bone itself. As you draw your hip forward, you're bringing your elbows back towards each other. All that's going to do is really help open up your chest at the same time, as well as potentially stretch your forearms across here. Okay? So, big deep breaths, focus on a point in the distance. Drawing your hip down, make sure that shin is lovely and straight if you can. And then breathe it out, big deep breaths. So, much as you can, big deep breaths. Nice and gentle. And coming back. Now, with your strap or towel or belt, whatever you've got to kind of hold on to yourself, all right? You're going to hook around or loop around your foot like so, okay? So it's nice and tight, nice and snug around your ankle. If you've got a towel, you're going to hook it around and you're going to hold on to it. Now, depending on the length of the towel, you're either going to go above your shoulder and down, or you're going to hold it like that, pulling it up towards your bum. Now, because I'm using a strap and it's long, I'm able to hold it above my shoulder like a rucksack. And I'm going to come forward with my front foot, just like I did. I'm going to lean and I'm going to pull towards my bum and down, okay? And if I'm holding the strap, I'm literally just going to hold it here and pull up as much as I can. Now, you need to be careful because obviously you're going to stretch your quads and your hip flexors a lot more than potentially you just did. So you need to be aware of that and you need to be kind to that, all right? Okay, so big deep breaths, big pull up first, draw down, then lean down, okay? Try and keep an upright posture if you can. Keep that chest up, that spine nice and straight, and then really lean into it as you're in that position. Big deep breath. So keep focusing on that point and distance. Big deep breath. So 3, 2, gently relaxing, nice and steady. Okay, what you're going to do, you're going to swap gently over. Okay, you're not going to put the strap on yet, unless you want. Might be easier actually. So place it on, but you're not going to use it. Okay. So chucking the strap to the side, placing your foot on the back to begin with. Okay, drawing that leg out. So you've got a nice stable position. Okay, you're going to hold on to the back of your hips again. You're going to draw forward into that position and really breathe down into it. That's it. Remember, you're bringing your elbows as close as you can together. It's going to help really open up that chest. Good, big deep breath. A little bit more if you can. Good, gently coming back up. Nice and stretched off. Okay, from there, holding onto your strap again. Okay, placing it over your shoulder or behind you, depending on the length of it. Okay, you're going to gently pull up and lift off. Okay, and then you're going to gently lean forward into it, holding that stretch as best as you can. Drawing down. Just being aware that it's going to be a little bit tighter this time. Big deep breath. Sit nice and steady, nice and relaxed. Breathing out as best as you can. There we go. And relax. Good job, well done. Okay, easing it off. From there, slide your hands out of the way. Take the straps off your foot for a second. Okay, chucking them out to the side. What you're going to do is place the soles of your feet together. Bring them in as much as you can to your hips. Leaning up against a solid object if you can. You're going to draw up, bringing it back, bringing your hip as close to that solid object as you possibly can, so there's nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, and you're pulling in your heels as best as they can. Now with this solid object, you're going to kind of lengthen your spine up, draw your shoulders out, okay, and then place a bit of pressure on the outside of the thigh. Now if you have a lovely kind of sticky yoga mat, okay, your feet aren't going to go anywhere. If you're kind of doing it on bare floor, then you may want to carry on holding your ankles, and then you're just drawing your legs away as best as you can. Good. Gently pressing. Feel that groin open up, those inner thigh muscles kind of open up. Just be careful with it, okay? Don't be too aggressive. Big deep breaths. That's it. Nice and gentle. Good. Gently holding on to the outside of your thighs, bring it closer together. Okay. Stretching. Give it a push. Really embrace your chest into your thighs. And feel it in your back. And then what you're going to do, you're going to stretch one leg out. Bring one leg back to inner thigh if you can. From there, you're going to hook your strap or towel on the base of your foot, just like so. Okay, and what you're going to do is gently pull yourself down. Okay, so from there, kind of holding it just like that with two hands, especially if you've got a towel. And then what you're going to do is just gently pull yourself down as much as you can, but as keeping that leg nice and straight and glued to the floor. Okay, there's no point in having a big old bed like this and then getting yourself all the way down if it's not going to stretch your hamstring and do what you kind of think it's doing. All right, so deep as you can, strict form. Okay, pulling yourself down as much as you can. Me, I've got absolutely rubbish hamstrings. Okay, so you won't be seeing anything amazing here. Okay, and this is it. You know, pulling yourself down as much as you can. Now, if you can get all the way down, if you can hold onto your feet and bring yourself down, then brilliant. Crack on. Send me photos. Tag me in photos on social media. It's your time to shine. Sit. Big deep breaths. Sit. Pull in a little further if you can. Sit. Gently releasing. Okay, so from there, what you're going to do, you're going to bring the same side of hand, you're going to slide that on the inside, so it's knuckles against the knee, sliding it down towards the ankle, keeping that leg as straight as you can. You're going to come around with the other hand, come all the way down. You're going to try your best to meet at the bottom. Sit, big deep breath, nice and gentle. Sit nice and steady. Absolutely perfect. Well done. Sliding back up, taking your time, coming up nice and tall, swapping the other leg, swap the strap over to the other leg. Again, placing it on the base of your foot, right where the ball of your foot is. Okay. Getting yourself ready. Setting that other foot up against that leg. Again, you want it as flat as possible this side as well. Flat as possible this way. You want your kneecap facing up towards the sky. You want your toes facing up towards the sky. I know some of you are going to be relaxed like this. All that's going to pull is the direction of the hamstring that you're kind of mostly facing. Okay, you're going to stretch that inside part of your hamstring. What you want is to stretch the whole belly of the muscle as you're coming in, just like so, working it there. Okay, so hook your foot. So you got nice even, so that foot is dead straight and isn't rotated, like so. And then coming in as much as you can, keeping that opposite knee down, this leg as straight as possible, and down, and then bringing yourself down as much as you possibly can as you're holding that move. Good, big deep breaths. Nice and steady, nice and easy. So there you go. Deeper if you can.
Sit a little deeper again. Perfect. Gently coming up nice and tall. Okay, from there, again, it's the same side arm going on the inside, knuckles against. Okay, palm facing the right. You're coming down as deep as possible. Coming down towards the ankle. You're coming around with the other hand. Big stretch over, all the way down. Holding on to that hand if you can. Big stretch. Breathe it away. Sit nice and steady. Taking your time. Last one, big deep breath in. Gently breathe it out. Coming up nice and tall. Gently unhooking your feet. That's it. From there, slide the straps to the side. Get rid of that. Okay. What you're going to do, you're going to plant one foot out to the side like so. Okay. You're going to bring your knee down like that. Okay. You're going to bring your foot slightly in, whether you can see that. Okay. Hopefully you can. Hands in front. You're going to slide it down as deep as you can and walk your hands away. Okay. Now you should feel this all in here. You're going to feel it into your upper back as well. Your lats potentially on the other leg as you hold that stretch. Now this foot, you're trying your best to keep it completely flat and facing forward, okay? So as you're there, big stretch out, big deep breaths. Keep it up, keep it going. Nice and gentle. So really focus on that breathing as calm as you can. Big deep breaths in, ideally through your nose. Gently breathing it out. Good. From there, you're going to come up nice and tall. You're going to come over. You're going to draw your hips down so you can squeeze your bum. You're going to come back into that stretch. Come down, stretch it. Come back up. Draw back down again. Stretching out as much as you can. Back down again. Nice and mobile. Taking your time at each end. Stretching out the fronts of your hips. And then sinking it back down again. Good. Two more. Good. Big drive down. So coming up. Good. Straight back down. Last one. Coming up nice and tall. Good. From there. Exact same. Swap the sides. Okay. Bring that foot out to the side. Just like so. Walking those hands away. You're coming down as deep as you can. Feeling that stretch. Holding it. Embracing it. Big deep breaths. So keep walking those arms up a little further if you can. Taking your time. Breathing it out. Well done. Good. Again, from there, breathing it out as you come up. Nice and tall. Again, from there, lifting up, drawing down, squeezing your bum, stretching your hip flexors. Coming back down. Big stretch at the bottom. Coming up. Trying to breathe out as you release. Feeling that stretch. Big deep breath in. Gently moving, breathing out as you come down. Good, gently coming up. Drawing those hips down. Getting that stretch on. Good. Big drive down. So embracing it as much as you can. Good. Big drive up. Big squeeze at the bottom. Good. Coming back up and over. Good. Last time coming up. Stretching out. Good. Draw back in. Feet together, knees apart. Walking those hands away. Taking a big deep breath out. So a big deep breath in. Gently releasing it, breathing it out nice and steady. As you do so, you're going to come up nice and tall. You're going to bring your knees back in. Sit it down as best as you can. And relax. Absolutely amazing effort, guys. Hope you all enjoyed yourself. Thank you for joining me on this Wednesday's recovery session. Hope you feel a little bit looser, a little bit stretched, a little bit taller after today's session, okay? Enjoy it. Let me know how you're feeling, how you're doing in the comment section. And yeah, well done. Hope you are feeling really, really good. Cramping in the thighs. So to get rid of cramp, okay, you need to increase your electrolytes. So lots and lots of water. You need to foam roll to relax and release the muscle, okay, and more stretching, all right? But it just might mean that you've been early in the morning. You might be a little bit dehydrated, okay? But yeah, have an amazing one. Enjoy it. Thanks again for joining me. Have an amazing Wednesday, whatever you get up to. If you have any questions, you can use the comment section. You can use the discussion section on the channel itself, or hit me up on other social media platforms. I'm pretty much on everything. So yeah, get in touch. Otherwise, I shall see you tomorrow for a upper body prehab session. It's going to be a good one. So yeah, I hope to see you then. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your effort. And yeah, hit that little like button. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's session. Share it with your friends over social media. And yeah, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Have a lovely one. I'll see you soon. Take care.